And welcome back here to Adobe Live. Today, just before we get started, no, I'm not David, but Alex is with me. So that's good because unfortunately, David has some internet issues and that's how you know it's live. So I'm here, deal with it. And today I'm joined by the one and only Alex Lazaris. Alex, how are you?
I'm great, man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really great because we have a fantastic stream planned.
Yeah. I'm actually really excited about these. These are my favorite kinds of streams where it's going to be super, super interactive with chat. Chat, I see a bunch of you guys already in there. Wade, Amika, Clever, Cody Bear, what's up? Gus, hello, friends.
That's actually a good point because if you're watching anywhere but on Behance, you're doing it wrong. Just kidding. No, you have to come on over to behance.net/Adobe Live because today we will need your help for this stream. Can't do it without you. So come on over to behance.net/Adobe Live to join the chat and say hi. Such the lovely people such like Cody and Gus and Marsha and Natalie and Sam and Ferry and Carol and Stephen. And they're all saying hi. Oh, that's so lovely.
Hello. Good to see you guys again. Yeah, so I'm really excited about this. You want to tee it up or I can tee it up? How do you want to do
it? You can do it.
Okay.
You can explain it better than me.
So what we're going to do is almost like Voodoo design off, but a little bit different. We are going to be leveraging the free Adobe Stock today. And Tim and I are going to need your help to give us ideas. I think you want to do let's do every 10 minutes a new word from chat. And we'll see if we can grab something from the free stock on Adobe and then incorporate that into our designs. How does that sound?
Exactly.
Every 10 minutes?
So, yeah, whatever works. I don't think we have to do like a timer or anything, but
I love it. It keeps things going. Can't get too
challenge
precious.
Ourselves.
Exactly.
If you think you can give me another one, then we can just call it. And
perfect.
So yeah, like Alex said, we will need your help. And I think perhaps we can pick the first one so we can give the chat a bit of time to get ready.
That's a great idea. I'll let
I
you
was thinking
have your first pick.
Something with a space. What do you think?
Oh, I'm a big fan. All right. Are we doing a planet? Are we doing solar systems? What are you thinking? Or anything space? We'll just use space.
Let's keep the first one an easy one because this one basically decides how this whole piece will turn out. So let's do space. Okay. And we both will be working at the same time. Yep. So on the stream, you will sometimes see my screen and sometimes see Alex's screen. And yeah, we'll just keep it light and keep it fun. If you have any suggestions, put them into the chat on behance.net/Adobe Live. And I suppose we'll just dive straight in. Okay, So space. Right. Let's go to Adobe Stock and type in space. In the free collection, by the way, where Adobe has like tons and tons and tons of free images for you to download. So if you want, you could participate at home on your Photoshop installation, even on the iPad if you want. And
there's some really good ones on here.
Images.
No.
Yeah.
There's some really good ones though. It's
also some very interesting ones because this technically has some space in it, but not like space, but more like space for some text. So first of all, this is in German. Oh, that's unfortunate. I will pick horizontal. I will translate live. There we are. Horizontal, because I want to have a horizontal composition. That's obvious, right? Okay. And I mean, there are some great ones in there already, like, this totally realistic one. Oh, wow, this is giving me ideas already. Gosh. What are you thinking of? What are you looking for?
So I found a really interesting kind of like solar asteroid-y type thing. So what I'm thinking about doing is I love making skateboard graphics. I think they work really well for like compositing type graphics or things where you're mashing up a bunch of different ideas. I think skateboards are really forgiving for that. So I want to make a skateboard graphic with it. So I'm doing a very long horizontal kind of graphic. And so I want to have points of interest on both sides. And so this original graphic that I got from Adobe Stock right here. Oh no, it's disappearing. Here we go. I'm clicking, it's opening.
Images are firing.
Exactly. Has a lot of like really kind of interesting foreground options. And then like that solar burst in the corner, I think might give me enough room to play with. So that's what I'm kind of leveraging right now to start. And we'll see how it all kind of comes together. But right now it looks a little too 3D. It's like,
let's see what the chat says. Space cakes. Oh, interesting. There's no horizontal or vertical in space. Yeah, that's true. Where's up, where's down? I don't know. On Mars, they are called Earth bars. Oh, thanks, Noah. Space bar, headspace, space race. Oh, yeah. Cool skateboard. Yes. Alex, you're into skateboards, right?
I am into skateboards. Yeah, I used to be a professional longboarder.
Really?
Yeah, I used to travel around the world and go race and compete against people. It's super fun. And
that's awesome.
Now I just get to design skateboards for fun.
Really cool. Okay, so I think I will go a slightly different route.
Okay.
And I will use the magic of Adobe Stock because I don't have to download the image. I can just save it to my demo library, which just happens automatically. And by the way, I switched to English. You're welcome. And hopefully, now if I go to my Photoshop, and I, of course, start a new document, file new, and pick a custom size. And I don't think we have agreed on a size, right?
No, I think however you want to lay it out is totally fine.
Default sounds great, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Create. And now hopefully if I open my libraries, they are right here. I'm taking a second to open. There they are. Let's make that a bit bigger. There it is. So I can pick that image and I can drag and drop it right into Photoshop. But now you say, Tim, well, if your name is Tim, this image still has a watermark. Well, that's quite right. But that's not an issue because it just so happens to be that inside of the library panel, you can license an image right away. But maybe if this would be a paid image, maybe I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I really want this one. So I will save that licensing for later and just continue my work with this image without licensing it at the moment. I will do that later. Okay, so I was thinking that I would isolate this foreground and have this person looking into a cool landscape.
Wow.
So I'm cheating slightly. This is not technically space. It is space, but not space.
It reminds me of the, did you ever play like Mass Effect? Like the
of course.
Game? Okay. Okay, yep. Yep.
I have played all the Mass Effects. Other modern one.
Anyways, there's like a guy who like sits in front of like this whole galaxy constellation thing, and that image and the idea, I think, kind of remind me of that a little bit.
Look at that. I'm using select focus, which I have never really done, to select the subject that's in focus, because hopefully the background will look like it's not in focus, and Photoshop will help me with that. And turns out, yes, it does. No, cancel. Great. And then I will click cancel to do that one more time. So let's try it again. Focus area. Wait for it. Click OK. And there we are, selected without me doing anything. Magic. Or some person would say Adobe Kedabra. Okay.
Cody Bear says, my husband's favorite game series is Mass Effect. So there you go. At least we got some fans in chat.
Oh, Cody. There you go. Tim plays After Effects. Yeah. You know, that's not too far away from the truth, to be honest. I do play quite a lot of After Effects. And I just noticed that this watermark actually interferes with my selection process, so I will license it just right now. And this will take a second. It opens my... Well, you can't see it was on the other monitor, but now I have licensed it without leaving Photoshop one time. Isn't that great? Now I can select it again. All right. What are you up to? Oh, wow. You're already quite far. I haven't done anything. And you're like, yep, image.
Oh, I'm over here just cheating. I'm just trying to get as many variations of space as I can because I might want to change it later.
Oh, well, that's clever.
I'm just trying to grab, because they're free. You know, I'm clicking, I'm downloading, I'm licensing them all. They're all free. It's great. And I'm just trying to see what might stick, especially because these are like, going to be kind of the graphic element that I want to leverage either as a background probably or as a focal point. Also, this one's really interesting. This one that I just grabbed on Adobe Stock is already composited. You see like the space, the clouds, everything was added in onto this image for you already. So if we are trying to do kind of this composition type of thing, I have a huge kind of jump start into my project just with this one asset, and I can add anything else I want into that. So I think I'm ready for more words. I don't know about you.
What?
More words. I'm ready.
Sure, me too.
Yeah.
So tell you what, why don't you have a look at the chat and see if people can come up with some words, and I, in the meantime, can show something really cool, because I have an issue with my Photoshop document. I have this very straight line, which can be sometimes an issue cutting that out. With the selection tool, you can get jagged edges, and that's not great. So I'm hoping that if I go to my preferences, into the technology previews, that's my monitor, here we are, I should see, yes, there we are, the enable content aware tracing tool. So hopefully, if I enable that now, I don't have to restart Photoshop, please. No, come on, it should appear somewhere.
So chat, while we're waiting for his Photoshop to work, I need your help with another name, another word. Give me anything you can for the next addition to our graphics. So just give us any words. Be picking one, hopefully at random, in just like 2 minutes.
Oh no, I think I have to restart Photoshop for that.
Oh no.
But that's okay. Quickly, distract him with some great imagery.
Okay, look, all right. So I'm just changing the colors. So all I'm doing right here to make some interesting things is I'm trying to see if I change the opacity, the blend levels on the image, what might happen. And just by me changing the blend, you start to see a really interesting thing happen where the background and the foreground are meshing really nicely in an interesting way. Maybe it's a little bit too kind of, what's it called? Maybe it's a little bit too background heavy right now, or foreground heavy, and I might just mask it out, grab my brush tool with B, and then I'm going to fatten up the brush with my open brackets or the right bracket, and I can paint things in and out if I really want, just to see how things might lay out. Boop, 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 boop. But maybe that's not, it's not as cool as I originally thought it might be. So I'm going to just remove that.
Don't say that. It's amazing.
We're not ready. See,
you're working wonders, Alex, and you're so handsome. How do you do it?
Thank you. I just try to emulate you as much as possible, Tim. So our next word for this is cats. Chat wants cats.
Cats.
Cats work on everything.
Easy. Space cats. Come on, give me something difficult. What's next? Lasers? Pff, come on.
Exactly. I might try to spice it up with using like a lion or a tiger or something. Maybe not. I don't know.
So I'm not sure what's happening, but I can't seem to find that amazing tool. It's supposed to be somewhere. I've used it before. Maybe I'm just overlooking it. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, it's supposed to do one thing where you can cut out a vector path in some sort, and it will do that automatically for you. But I can't seem to find it. But that's no problem, because I not only have one way to select an object, I have many. And one of them, of course, is my favorite, the path tool. And, well, look at that. Look what I found. Content-aware tracing tool. I just misremembered the icon. So I can use it. Okay, here we go. Let's go here, click once, and hopefully this will create a path. Come on, there we are. I may have to get more details in so it actually knows which line to expect. And there we go. And now you can see this fun blue line appearing if I hover over these edges. And now I click once, and there we go. Now I have a path, which of course I can modify in any way I see fit. So I can go over here and close that path, perhaps even using the normal path tool. There we go. And now I have selected my very, usually difficult to select. You have to get the curve right, and that takes so much longer than just clicking once, twice, closing the path, done. And now, of course, I can do everything I want with this path. I can create a mask, a shape, or even the selection. I will go for the selection, and feathering 1 or 2 pixels perhaps. And now I can go back to my mask and fill that with black. And there we have it. And now I can do the same thing. If I actually show this to you, I can see this other edge, which I didn't use, where I didn't use the content trace tool. It's super jagged. This one, however, is not. And that's why I really, really like this path tool. So I guess since I want to bring in the next image, this one down here, I mean, that's fine. We could use, however, let's do that. Let's use the Refine Edge tool, because I've seen many people who don't know the difference between all the different sliders on the right corner here. I see smooth, I see feather. What's the difference? I will tell you right now. Smoothing will get rid of any jagged edges. So if I zoom in, there we go. So you can see what's going on. Have a look at that. Before and after. Notice how it doesn't blur the edge. It just smooths. It just looks super round and nice and neat. That's smoothing. Feathering, however, check that out. It actually blurs the edge. This is great for hair or any other soft edges, but not the thing I want for this. So let's stick with smoothing. And there we are. Easy. Okay, so what was the second image you said?
It's cats.
Cats? Cats,
Yeah,
of course.
It needs to be cats. Paco is lolling at my whatever Alex is making thing. I've got cat eyes going. I'm trying to make a cat galaxy. I don't know. It may or may not work.
Cat galaxy. Yes. Okay. So, Adobe Stock. No, not in German, please. This one.
Need to
Cats.
increase contrast.
Let's see what Adobe has to offer. Or even better, Space Cats. Let's see if it has anything for that.
Space Cats. I feel like that's cheating. Space Cats.
No, okay.
Okay, no, I'm gonna look.
Fine.
And maybe there's a great little astronaut costume, you know?
No. It's okay.
No, you can do it.
I can cheat in a different way. I don't need your pity points. Because I happen to know that somewhere I can check the checkbox isolated only. With a bit of luck. There are some isolated cats. And there we go. They are already isolated for me, so I don't have to select them from a busy background. Isn't that nice?
There's a Santa Claus cat that I think I need to put in here. Because why not?
Of course. Yeah. So now I just have to pick a nice cat. I mean, they're all very nice. Obviously, they're cats. But I think... yeah, this one is speaking to me.
And use the object selection tool to try to mask out this cat real quick.
Yep, that's going to be my plan too. Catstronaut.
Catstronaut. Perfect. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
The world from the eyes of cats. Yeah, Anika got it. That's what I was trying to do. You know, that's what cat sees, just galaxies. Because if you have a cat, you probably know that your cat's an alien.
What?
What?
I feel like I missed some sort of vital part of this conversation. Like, huh?
You know, I'm just making up my own cat histories, right?
Okay.
Oh.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I think that's allowed.
Sure.
Sure.
Of course.
What I love about streaming with you, Tim, is that this just feels like Photoshop ASMR right now, and I love it.
I can do that.
Yeah.
And now we will take the direct selection tool.
Yep,
and get
it's working.
This background.
Perfect.
I'm going to stop now. Otherwise, Paco will send me very angry Slack messages. Like, could you stop that? Okay. Oh, and I should license that one again.
Where's the merch?
And once again, if you are watching this and wondering, who are we chatting to? Like, why are we reading chat messages that you can't see? The reason is we are looking at the chat on Behance. So if you're not on Behance at this very moment, do come on over to be.net/Adobe Live. Once again, that's be.net/Adobe Live. Join the chat, say hi, and give us your weirdest suggestions for Adobe Stock. And we have to integrate them.
Yes, I love it. And I think I'm going to actually try to mask out the. I'm going to do a really rough masking out of this cat, but I think I like its outfit so much that I can't just have its tail in.
Its outfit. Oh, okay. I was like, its outfit? Huh?
Yeah,
and then I looked over
exactly.
and yes, okay. Its outfit. Fair enough. Okay.
Pull that
All right,
down.
so I'm using once again the select and mask workspace to refine the edge of the fur, and I'm using the, I think it's called the detail, no, refine edge brush tool, or keyboard shortcut R, to get rid of the fur, which is exactly the same thing as you did, right?
Yep, I did object. Yep.
Yeah,
I did those things.
Totally didn't use the magic wand tool.
No, I used the object selection tool, and then I did the, what's it called? The quick selection tool to kind of get a little bit more finessed in there.
Yeah.
In the middle. Trying to remove his belly or its belly. I don't know. I don't know why.
I don't think the cat
I
cares.
assume cat genders.
Okay. I was thinking that removing a white background would be easy, but I didn't think that cats do often have white fur, and that actually makes it much harder.
Mm-hmm.
And also I can't cheat because my background won't be white, so I can't just leave it in. Dang it. So I have to do the manual work. Oh no.
Sean goes, Tim's teaching, Alex is doing. Get roasted.
Yeah, good enough, right?
That's so funny. I think I have like an army of little Christmas cats. I didn't realize that today would on the bingo card would be Christmas cats, but it is now.
And I'm doing low-key animation. Watch this. Da-dum.
Oh.
Da-dum.
Oh.
Dum, 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 dum. Okay.
It's amazing. I see your After Effects training has brought you far.
Yeah, I will have my own show very soon.
I love it.
They call me the Evan Abrams of Germany. All right, cats. Did we have another one already? Or are we still on space and cats?
I'm ready for another one. Are you?
Of course. Do we have any suggestions in the chat?
Yeah, chat. What did you got for us? Alex,
what are you doing, chat?
We'll get
Come
there.
on.
It'll be a thing.
Wow, look at that selection. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I scroll back. Actually, we just need new words, chat. Give us your thoughts and feels about what we can incorporate next. I have plenty that I need to touch up on this cat eventually.
I mean, we can do some touch-ups when we have more images, when it all comes together. Makes it much easier when we actually know where we're going. That's why I'm not doing any color editing at the moment, because I have no idea where we're going with this.
No, I know. It's very exciting. The first thing that I read that really caught my eye was Megan saying cheese. And I think throwing some cheese in this board is going to be amazing. I don't know how I feel about it, Tim, but I think cheese is a great one.
Okay. Sure. Cheese it is. That's quite easy. I mean, cheese. Any special cheese in mind?
I think we're going to leave it up to you. You can, get some feta in there for my people, or, you can do some cheddar, Gouda,
I was hoping,
whatever you need.
Is there some kind of pun with cheese and cats?
Well, I think if we're doing space, didn't people say like the moon was made out of cheese? Or maybe that was just like the Wallace and Gromit episode. But I like
cheese. I'm going to make a cheese moon. All right.
Yeah. Why not?
Of course. First thing that came to mind.
Oh, Nico's like, cheese on the charcuterie board? That's actually a great idea. Dang it. Now I need to do that. I'm going to make a charcuterie board skateboard one day.
And just as a reminder, we are using the free asset collection of Adobe Stock. So if you would like to, you could actually join us and make your very own.
Yes. Actually, we would love to see that.
Interesting composition. And if you like, you can post it in the Discord. And the mods will hopefully very kindly, right, Cody? Please put in the for once I don't have to put it in myself. Isn't that amazing? No,
that is amazing.
If you like, you can post it to the Discord, in the Photoshop Discord, and perhaps I'm not sure if we have time to review them or if it's even enough time for you to submit in 2 hours. But yeah, I will definitely have a look at that after the stream if I find some. All right, cheese. Whew. I mean, there's a lot of cheese on Adobe Stock, but not really round cheese. So I may have to warp. I may have to warp or melt the cheese.
I know, it's tough.
This is a nice one. Almost looks like moon if I cut out the edges. Yeah, let's do it.
This little child is going to give this cat cheese.
Thanks, Cody. What in the world?
Things I, again, did not expect to be said today was this child will give these cats cheese. That's
cheese wheel. That's a good point, Sean. That's too late now. And also, I'm looking over at your screen and you have like 200 layers already, and I just have...
Oh, and the best part is I'm not going to label any of them. So everybody can re-at me. Feel free to slide into my Behance DMs and tell me how I should be labeling things.
How dare you?
I know. I did a stream with Claudia the other day, and I promised that I would clean up my workspace names, and I haven't done that for Photoshop yet. So.
I always say layer 1 is a name 2.
Exactly.
So is Untitled 1. My document is still called Untitled 1. Deal with it. Okay, so now I'm going to... I could liquefy the cheese, or I could puppet warp it. That sounds... If you just joined, yeah, I will puppet warp the cheese. Like, what's going on? Let's do liquefy, because that's more fun.
Oh, no, it's a paid asset. No, give me the good stuff. All right.
No, at the very bottom, yes. If you scroll all the way to the bottom on the free collection, it will show you some... a selection of the paid assets, just in case you want to know, like, hey, what else is in Adobe Stock?
Yep. Well, the only cheese wheel I have available to me right now is this Camembert cheese, isolated black slate cheese.
That's good enough. That's round. It's cheese. It's white. It's moldy. That's almost like a moon.
Exactly. It's perfect. I'm going to adjust the opacity just so I can see it, and I can place it over the kid's moon. Moon cheese is what's going to happen here.
All right. And I'm going to use a very underrated tool of the liquefy filter selection tool thingy. You know what I mean? People often use the forward warp tool, which just means you take the pixels and you just move them in one direction. That's great if you want to move some subtle things, but perhaps maybe you want to move an edge like this one. And then you go ahead and you just do this. Do it one by one, slowly, very slowly, and you end up most of the time with like this jagged edge, especially if you have super small brush sizes, and that's not great to deal with, especially if you have like face retouching or anything going on where neat edges are very important. Otherwise, your skin will look wavy. So instead of using the forward warp tool, I will use the push left tool. This sort of works like a snowplow. You just go into one direction and it moves all the pixels to the left, like this. See that?
Wow.
And now you can imagine how easy it is to keep this edge super clean and not warp too many pixels. So my idea is, let's just undo that. Or I could use the, what is it called? This reconstruct tool for that, if I don't want to undo. And now my idea is to take a very large brush and sort of move this into a sphere of some sort, hopefully. Let us know in the chat if you have used the push to the left tool before. Let me know. I'd love to know. All right, what are you up to?
I'm masking out the kid's hand so that he is holding a gigantic piece of cheese. I don't know why I'm still keeping the child in this now that he's not holding the moon. But, you know, At least I'll know that there was a moon here before.
But when did you have the child?
I've been busy, man. I've been busy.
Wait, what happened? Hang on. What?
Well,
I mean, I was announcing at least when I was cheating. You just cheated.
What do you mean I cheated? I did it. I'm not grabbing, can I not add words that are not added by chat?
That's your point.
Oh, no.
Well, then it's easy, of course. I would just do my own posting and put the images like very tiny in the corner. Yeah.
Okay, you're right. All right. I apologize.
That's okay.
I'm sorry, chat.
You can keep that.
I own that. That was my bad.
If I can also add a child, then that's okay. I'm going to let that one pass. That's like a joker.
It's amazing. All right. I will delete my child. Goodbye, child.
Oh, God.
Not needed anymore.
Virtual child, please.
Virtual child. Yes, of course. Let me just remove his handprints from my cheese. He scuffed it while he was busy. All right. So I got this. Well, now this wheel of cheese isn't doing anything for me. I don't get it.
You can keep that layer. That's fine. I just said it's okay.
It's fine. Neither one of them made sense. I know. This wasn't approved by chat. All right.
Oh.
So,
okay.
You're right. All right. I've got just regular cheese now. I'm going to have a very sad cheese board.
So, Tim, what do you do for a living? Yeah, I Photoshop cheese live and people are watching me.
It's amazing. Okay. Paco says, keep the child. Too bad. It's gone forever. I don't. Nope.
My quick select tool is not liking me today, so I have to use a different one. Oh, that's better.
Chat, what's your favorite cheese? I want to get to know. All right, let's see here. So I got my masking. It's a little bit difficult to mask white cheese from a white background.
Undo? What? What happened?
They were trying to get me to bring back the child, but he has been Thanos snapped out of reality.
Wow. I hope people are not just tuning in right now and without context, not knowing what's happening. By the way, I'm going to just put in a placeholder background of some very rough brush strokes, so I can just get the color at least somewhat close to space before I look for any Adobe Stock images.
That's a good idea. I'm trying to make a mountain of cheese now. This is how I've devolved now. I'm just trying to make a mountain of cheese.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. I feel. Yeah. I guess we should put like a warning if people have like lactose allergies.
I do.
Well, welcome to this stream.
Hang on, where my purse?
Exactly. Perfect.
Not even a joke. But luckily, most cheeses, fun fact, are lactose free.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Only like the super fresh ones, they have some in it. Welcome to Useless Facts on Adobe Live. Today, your host is... Get a Wheel of Parma. Sounds like a game show. Wheel of Parmesan. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. I'm going to use some filters.
I think I'm just going to take this Swiss cheese and just kind of duplicate it all the way across the bottom of the board for some reason.
Okay.
Might as well.
Sure.
I don't like how it looks so symmetrical though. So I'm going to just flip horizontal a couple of times to make it feel, but then the lighting is off. Oh goodness.
Now we can deal with that later, right?
True.
But I think it's it's only 50 minutes, so no need for a new word yet. Quite yet. But chat can already think of one perhaps, so you can send us them immediately when we need one.
Carol says, I have a mind like fine Swiss cheese. It's true. It's beautiful.
And here I am, masking it out by hand. Even though I spent so much time saying, no need to mask up by hand. That's not necessary. You have Photoshop. No need to take out your safety scissors and cut it out by hand. There we
And
are.
transform, flip horizontal, and then I'm going to diagonally move it just so it.
Ooh, getting fancy.
Oh yeah, I got that rotate going now. I'm unstoppable.
Okay. So I really like the composition. Maybe that's a bit larger. Yes, I know.
Would this be a charcuterie board? Or would you still call it a charcuterie board? Too soon?
No comment.
Okay.
So I'm hoping chat will give us a nice suggestion that can somehow allow me to link the cat's eyes with the cheese, moon, planet, star, whatever it is. I don't know yet. And lasers could be easy. I mean, I do happen to have like a demo library of cool assets, which I can always use. I can just put in this, but I don't think that's allowed. That would be considered cheating, right, Alex?
If you're just throwing random elements into it, apparently.
No, I won't do that. It's okay. Right, lighting. I said
lasers are one of those things that's so time consuming to make lasers.
You think it is?
I think it takes me too long to make a good looking laser in Photoshop. Let's
give it a try, because we don't need. Hey, if I don't need a stock asset for lasers, I can use it, right?
Exactly.
I'm gonna make a laser. Laser eyes.
Fire the laser. I gotta throw some.
And chat can pick the color. How about that?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Right? Lasers.
Someone in chat asked, what did I miss? If you're just tuning in now, we are doing essentially photo compositing, but using Adobe Stock's free library. So all the assets that chat is giving us random words for about every 10 to 15 minutes, we are bringing that into our designs. I'm going to be making a skateboard. Tim is making a presentation.
I don't know what I'm making. No idea.
We're just making cool things, and we're using chat's brains to help us make it as crazy and fun as possible.
Exactly. Okay, so I've heard that a good laser is made up of multiple glows, and that makes it look realistic, because you can actually, if you have a look at the where is it? It's supposed to be there. Supposed to add a plus. Can't see it. You're supposed to be able to add multiple outer glows. Can't you do that? I was so sure you could. Or was that After Effects? Oh no. But you can at least add multiple drop shadows. And you know what? A drop shadow is just a glow with different blend mode. But don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anybody. That's a secret.
Because you can just set the blend mode of the drop shadow to something that actually makes it brighter. And it just behaves like a glow.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I think I'm ready for another word.
Okay.
I've got so many cheeses on my board now.
That sounds okay.
Let's see. Maybe there's a better graphic in the background I can use. That's probably a little bit more fun.
Have we decided on a color yet? I don't think so, right? Chat, give me a color, please.
Yeah, I think it's open to interpretation. When I accidentally turned on all my like blend layers, I've got this cat eyes in the background with the space looking. It's a lot. It's kind of crazy looking. Let's see here. A laser line of mice from the kitty's eyes to the cheese is what Candace says. Amazing. Well, Sean, thank you so much for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. Sean's going to catch the rest on replay because he's got to walk away.
Well, that's all right.
Which is great.
That's why we have the replays, right?
Exactly. I might try to also I might steal the blend opacity from my space layer and see if I can just overlay that on top of the cheese a little bit, make it a little bit more colorful or spacey. I don't know. I really want to get this printed and then do a Photoshop with it or a photo shoot with it. Because I was able to do that with the boats and goats board I made with Val a long time ago. It was super fun. There. I don't think it's gonna work. I'm just gonna delete that. All right, chat. Are you ready, Tim? Another word?
No, but okay. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. We're ready. All right, chat. We need your help figuring out another word to add to our images. We would love to hear what you got in store. Let's see how this mockup in the meantime would look on our little skateboard mockup.
In the meantime, I'm still slightly struggling with my laser because apparently I have to pick a different color because purple doesn't really appear on purple, on a purple background. Who knew? So let's do like a nice energy ray. Let's do an orange one. Light beam.
Oh my goodness. It's so long.
There we are. That's better.
I'm trying to get it to match my dimensions real quick.
Chocolate. Bruce Willis. I don't think we will find Bruce Willis in the free collection. That would maybe be in the editorial collection. But we're not doing that today because you can't edit them, or at least not the way we do it. That's not allowed.
All right, let's see. Just a work in progress. Let me zoom in. It's going to be just a second while Photoshop thinks. All right. Cool. Let's do it. All right.
All right. I think it's time for a new word, isn't it?
I think so. I think it's a great time for a new word. If you want to see my mock-up right now, Tim, it is on my screen. Look at that beauty. You know, cats, skateboards, cheese, some feta cheese, and some planets. Not looking bad. Not looking bad so far.
That is so much better than mine. Wait, hang on. Where did you get the mock-up again?
I don't remember where I got the mock-up. I think I might have gotten it from Creative Market a long time ago. Or maybe even on Adobe Stock a long time ago. I'm just using this as
once again.
Oh my God, this is not even a cheat.
I know how
I'm just using it as visual reference. The skateboard graphic is right here. Mock-ups are a free game. Okay.
Okay, all right. Is that enough?
To help sell your concept. All right, let's see here. What is the words I'm seeing? Chocolate, paint splatters, or grunge, rainbow. Thanks, Tim. Coffee and cheese, Bruce Banner, then the green guy, catnip, lens flare, lemon, fine mock-up. Thank you, Clever. Yeah, Paco whipped that up, that motion graphic immediately. It was awesome. I see lemon. You want to do a lemon? Great.
Apparently we're doing lemon.
No, okay. I can repeat the words for you if you want. I'll let you choose.
It's all right.
Sure.
I'm a pro. Okay. I can do that.
Okay. That's what chat wanted. All right. Gotta give chat what they crave. Sure. All right. So I see this lemon. I like it a lot. I'm gonna see if I can grab it and then put the stem on a planet. That will be pretty cool, I think. Need to turn down the curves a little bit, I think. No, actually it's nice.
And I need to bring in a background. So maybe... I was thinking if I could find like an isolated lemon like this one, I could use it as stars in the background. Lemon stars for some reason. Don't ask.
Oh, I think we're both in the same kind of headspace, I think.
We're way past that point where we would question. Like, what are you doing?
Minds think alike.
Ooh, this is perfect.
Do I have to use the whole lemon or can I just use the stem?
No, as long as some part of that image makes it in there, I think that's okay.
I agree. Just wanted to make sure, I've already cheated enough apparently. So.
Nah, it's fine. Umbrella, oh dear. We will ask for another word very soon. Very soon,
yes.
Don't worry. But not yet, we have to implement those. So, lemons. Okay, I think I will use a really cool trick how I could get those lemons into, how I can duplicate them without having to Command J like 20,000 times. Because it takes ages. So first of all, let's license that one. Adobe Stock says, yep, no problem, Tim. Here you go. And if this was a paid image, it would ask me like, hey, you have so many credits left. Would you like to license this one for 1 credit? I'm like, yes. Okay. So there are actually 2 ways to bring in those lemons and duplicate them. I think I will go with the mixer brush. I think that's what I'm doing.
That's a good idea.
Maybe I could also define a brush preset and use this with scatter. Or I could define a pattern and use a pattern fill script to fill the background. What do you think? Which is more fun?
Do the pattern.
Pattern, great choice. Okay. We'll do all 3 because we have so much time left. No, we don't. Okay, so for this I have to select a lemon first via the power of Adobe Sensei. But no shadow, please. There we are. I just use the object selection tool. I will create this one. A new layer. Let's solo this. And clean it up. Using the eraser. People say you can never use the eraser tool. I say that's wrong.
I agree. That is wrong.
You can totally use it. Nobody cares. Now, how do I do this correctly? Let's see if I can remember. I select this. I say edit or define pattern. There we are. Call that one lemon. That's a very important pattern. And now I think I create a new layer, fill that one with black perhaps, and go to edit fill contents using a pattern and script using random fill. And of course I will select the pattern and it should appear right at the bottom. There it is. And hopefully that should launch, preserve transparency, maybe. That should launch a window. There we are. And now I have random lemons. Of course, way too many. So let's crank down the density. Minimum scale factor, bring that down. Max distance, I don't know. We don't have a path. If we would have a path, I could place them along a path. But I don't. We could make the color a bit more random. That's nice. Brightness a bit more random. Sure, why not? I could save this as a preset if I wanted to do more patterns like bananas, strawberries, right? But I think that's okay. So let's click OK. And that pattern might have been a bit large. That's why I only have 3 lemons. Great tip, Tim. You saved so much work with this. Okay, let's try again. Fill. Pattern. Let's see if we can bring that down even further. And let's see again. Nope. Maybe. Yeah, I think the original pattern is just too big. So I will just do one thing. I will scale it actually down, repeat the same step, and come back to you. And I think in the meantime, we could have a look at Alex's screen while I do this.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the stem to be less yellow, obviously, because I'm trying to make my planet a lemon. So I'm just trying to get the little topper to sit on it nicely. Obviously, there's a lot of little cropping issues or masking issues that I can adjust with it later on. But right now, I'm just trying to blend the two together a little bit more. I've got this little hue saturation that I'm using to color swap it. And I'm just trying to see how close I can get it without losing parts of it. So I might need to actually, what's it called? Yeah, there we go. It's starting to get a little bit more black. I think that's actually the correct move for that stem. Even though you kind of miss out the fact that it's connected, but whatever, it's working.
Alex?
Yes.
Do you know why I only had like 3 lemons?
Why?
It would help if I increased the density to a bit more. Then I would get more lemons. Who would have thought?
Crazy.
Wow, so many lemons, Tim. Yeah. It was the first slider and I missed it. Well,
it happens.
That's how you know it's live.
Exactly. No scripted here, folks. All right. Perfect.
Wait, we're not scripted? Alex, you are such a nice person and you smell nice and you have nice hair.
You are contractually obligated to say that, though.
Right, no. Can you send me the money for that?
Yeah, I got you.
50 quid.
Yeah. Oh, it's cheap. I'll get you to say it 3 more times this stream.
The placing of that lemon just happens to be overset, and I think now that I have to do that now.
I like your guy's limit head is amazing.
That was an accident. I didn't intend to do that, but now that's the way it is.
No, I like it. That's great. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready for more.
Wait, what? Okay.
Yeah.
So, chat. It's time for a new word.
I can wait for you. I'll let you catch up real quick.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I got a really interesting photo. I might see if it can fit.
I mean, they have to use. Probably take some time to guess of a new word anyway. So that's okay.
That's true. That's a good point. Look at this image. It's a delight.
New word. Wow, nice graphic.
Yeah, new word. This is scripted. I'd love to see unscripted, said Wade. That's funny.
You know that song, right? A whole new word.
A whole new word. Get DMCA strike now.
Oh no. No, we said word.
Yeah, word. It's different.
So
60%
fine, right?
different.
That's how that works.
All right. This image isn't doing it for me.
Lemon is either the best or the worst idea ever. And I'm not sure which one it is.
Yeah. This is getting tough now. All right, chat. New word.
We have some?
Let's see here. I see umbrella from Paco. Umbrella would be a really good one.
Oh, yeah, we did have that one.
No, that was from earlier. Let's do umbrella. That's a great idea.
Okay.
And chat, if you have words and we're not getting to them, definitely use them again next time or in just a couple minutes, and we'll try to get to them.
Okay. So, because I was super clever, I filled this layer of the lemons with black first and then added my scattered lemons on top. So I can't really get rid of the background unless I do some Adobe Photoshop magic. And I could use a blending mode, or I could have just used a blank layer and filled it then and there. But now that I have a black layer, how do I get rid of that black background? I could use a blend mode, like I said, like one of the lighten ones, and that would work. But this would also mean that if I, for example, use the screen mode, that some lemons will become slightly transparent. And maybe I don't want that. Maybe I don't want transparent lemons. Who wants that, right?
Not me.
I want my lemons to be fully opaque. I hope that's not something weird to say. So instead of using a blend mode, I will go to the blending options and I will use the blend if feature where I can get rid of Let's see if that comes through. Oh, yes, it does. Okay, I can use this layer. There's a slider for the underlying layer and the this layer slider. So I will use this layer and say, if there's anything that's darker than this color, make it transparent. Now there's a reason why we have this black fringe around, because I can not only move this slider, but I can also hold on the Alt Option key to split this one and watch what happens, hopefully, to this black edge around the lemons. It should go away magically. There we are. And now I have a transparent background of lemons with my super great painted space background placeholder thing.
Beautiful.
Okay, so which one did we have? Umbrella?
Umbrella.
Right. Umbrella. Let's see what we get. Ooh, that's moody.
You've seen some good moody ones?
Yeah, but I still need a background. And I was hoping that I could somehow get a background from here. But no luck. How are you planning on implementing the umbrella?
So I found a great image of this guy that has literally every variation of a guy with an umbrella. So I'm going to try to incorporate several different versions of the same guy, maybe fighting these Santa Claus cats on this pile of cheese. So I'm going to just do some quick masking in and out, see if I can, have these Godzilla Santa Claus cats in this frame. And I don't know. I don't know how my brain works, but
there seems to be a theme, and the theme is, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can only share that theme.
Exactly.
Like, how am I supposed to know?
Exactly. All right, so I got this guy. I'm just going to crop him out. Command Shift I to change my inversion, and then I'm going to press G and X to just remove all the other people really quickly. No, I've got a mask with just one character.
Okay, I think I found my umbrella image. I'm going to cheat slightly. It has umbrellas in it, but I will crop them out. Because I'm really interested in this ocean water thingy.
Oh, that
and
is
I will
cool
use
looking,
that hopefully to create my background. That's the idea.
I need to get this guy up and probably there. The nonplus cat face with the umbrella. Yeah, exactly. I don't think the cat is very entertained.
Are cats ever entertained?
That's true. Only when they're doing things that are naughty. Let me see if I can get this.
All right.
I might move my Santa Claus cats really quickly just so that they stack a little bit nicer in the frame.
I mean, those are very, very interested cats. And I feel like asking, what are they up to? What are they hiding? I feel like they know more than we do, somehow.
It's true. It's very true. Cats, have you ever seen the Cadbury cream? I think it's Cadbury.
Cadbury cream?
Yeah, they did the whole if cats had thumbs campaign back in the day. It was really good.
Okay.
Very good. I was talking about how they would take over the world and steal all the milk. But the only thing holding them back is the fact that they don't have thumbs.
And most cats are lactose intolerant. Full circle. Didn't expect that.
I had no idea.
You're not supposed to feed them milk if they are an adult cat.
Wow.
They won't, their stomach won't like it. Okay.
Fun facts.
Now I do have an issue. I like this water background, but it has people in it.
Not people.
And I want to paint that out, but I don't want to lose this great cloud symbol because that means it's linked. It's a smart object. So how could I do that? Well, I will just create a new layer and I will use one of my favorite tools, the spot healing brush tool, and I will check the magic checkbox, sample all layers. So hopefully I can now paint on that blank layer. And yes, indeed, I have removed that person, even though the original layer is still intact. So if I were to solo this, you can see it's just this small patch of pixels on top of these other unharmed image. And of course, now I could either make this a smart object, I could group it, or yeah, do anything else with it I desire. But first I will remove all the other people in it. Non-destructive editing. Yay.
Roche says, except for Santa Cats, they expect the glass of milk. So I think that's completely true. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Fair point. There we are. Good enough. Another theme of the stream today. Good enough. At least on mine then.
Exactly.
Of course, not on your photo. That's pristine. It's perfect. It's amazing. I would print it.
Thank you.
Hang it on my wall. Or on my skateboard, which I don't have yet.
No, we need to. Well, you know, this will be a print-worthy graphic afterwards. So, you know.
I could, however, print it out and put it on my ukulele, and then have a sick ukulele skin.
There you go. That,
yeah.
Man, that, woo, sickest ukulele skin.
How cool would that be? I would be the coolest kid in the town. Like, wow, he has a ukulele skin. Like, wow, that's amazing. And he also has flames on his t-shirt. Wow, he's so cool.
Yes, indeed.
Wait, you're telling me that that's not cool?
No, it's very cool. I like it. I'm a big fan of
Thanks.
The Flaming Ukulele.
Thanks.
Actually, that's a great band name for a ukulele band.
Flaming Ukuleles, now on Adobe Live. This is actually our first gig. You don't know it yet.
Yeah, you're going to perform later. That was beautiful.
Thank you. That'll be $5.60 for the ticket.
Man, this is getting expensive for me. All the compliments.
What do I want to do? Oh, God. I lost track. Oh, yes, color.
You can really get lost in masking things out. Like,
yeah.
I think this asset is probably one of the smallest ones and the one that I probably spent the most time on.
I think I will use a gradient map to color grade the background. Because Sam Peterson, one of the moderators, actually just made a really cool TikTok where he showed how you can draw magic spells using just black and white paint in Photoshop.
Wow.
Using gradient maps where you turn that into color. And it looks really, really great. Of course, I can't and I won't draw a magic spell, but I could have used that to color in the laser if I wanted to. So I would have made black and white laser, black background, white laser, use gradient map to color that in, and that would make it super easy and super fun to change also the color theme. And yeah, and one cool trick is if you have a lot of gradients, which by the way, if you don't have all these gradients, which I do have here, you can go to Window, you can go to Gradients, click on the hamburger icon, and bring in the legacy gradients. This will add more than the ones which are already here. And if you don't like this whole folder structure, you can always click on this, select them all, and just drag them up and do the same thing for all the other ones. And then you have one huge list of gradients without the need to constantly go into the groups and select every single one of them. Because who wants to do that? That's work. Ugh. Okay. I don't want to use a gradient fill. I want to use a gradient map. Come on, Photoshop. Oh, yes. And I wanted to say, if you don't like this gradient, you can always try blending modes, because the contrast blending modes, which are in the 4th category, always have a real nice effect if you just scroll through and see which one you like most, or maybe even some of the other ones. And And today I think I will go with actually multiply or even color burn, because I really want a dark background. And I will even go further with this and color grade it so it actually looks a bit like a very distant texture. I don't really want too much of that, because we will add more in front of that, like the lemons. So this one is supposed to be like really blurred out in the background. Okay. Any news from the chat? Anything important?
They were very impressed with your ukuleleing skills.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have a band. We play every Monday morning on sunrise.
Really?
No. Well, almost. We do have the European streams where I sometimes join as a host or guest. And we're actually working on an album.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. With great songs like Give You an Inch and You Take 1.61 kilometers. I give you an inch and you take 1.61 kilometers. Yeah.
I can see how that would just catch on like wildfire.
Uh-huh. And also other songs like Oranges Are Frustrating. The Rabbits No More. And Wall on the Floor. And other great sounds like that. And it's going to be super fun when we release it.
Put me on the email list, please. I'd love to be there.
Okay.
Liquify. I'm just trying to make some shadows for this guy. Oh gosh. Boop, boop.
And if you actually want to listen to it, we already have some songs out. Shameless self-promotion. Watch the Adobe Live Europe streams and you will hear it.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Are you ready for a new word? Or I'm going to keep adding more of these umbrella guys if you're...
Do you think it's time? It's time for
your call.
A new word?
Your call.
Okay, let's do it.
Chat. Okay, chat.
We need a new word. And help, please. I need help. Obviously. All right. Where's my cheese? There you go. Need to color grade that too. Color grading is actually super fun if you use the curves layer, because you can not only change the brightness of all the channels, but you can change the brightness of the individual channels, like the red, green, and blue one. And that makes it super helpful to tune in or out any, if you create a clipping mask first, thanks Tim, if you first create a clipping mask, then you can actually tweak the colors however you see fit. And I think this one definitely has too much red in it. We need more blue, so I would take out some of the red, more contrast, and a bit more green. There we go. And now, of course, if I want to bring back some of the highlights, I will just take a brush, the black color and low opacity or low flow, and paint in some highlights, maybe a bit more opacity so we can actually see what's going on. There we are. So I could paint in some highlights where the laser hits perhaps. And if I take another adjustment layer, curves one with a clipping mask, and I make this one really, really dark like this. By the way, if you don't like having the saturation adjusted when you change the brightness, like see, this is very desaturated, but when I make it darker, it's super saturated. If you don't like that, change the blend mode to luminosity. And now watch what happens. It's dark, but it's not saturated.
Whoa.
Okay. Learned that tip from Jesus Ramirez.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. Right, now I invert that and using white brush this time, sorry, clipping the mic, sorry about that, I can paint in some shadows. Very carefully, of course. There we are.
All right, so
okay, what are you up to?
I am over here. I'm trying to add this little guy here. I might move him over, but I'm probably gonna have him petting the cat's face. I'll fix that in a second. But yeah, we want to have him pet the cat. So I'm gonna move my Swiss cheese over really quickly, just ever so slightly. Oops, wrong cheeses. Don't you just hate when you click on the wrong cheeses?
Gosh, I hate that.
If only I labeled my
Every
layers.
Ooh. Well, if you don't like naming your layers, maybe you will like coloring them in. That's more fun.
Yeah.
You just right-click the layer and specify a color.
Yeah, that's what
No need to name them. And that's also great if you have a client project and you want to make sure the client doesn't touch a layer. You can just say only touch the yellow layers, or whatever, right?
Ingenious. All right, so I
think we have enough words. Can you pick one?
We have so many. Okay. Oh no. Man, there's some really good ones too. All right.
Oh no, I don't
read out the words. All right, we got swords. Cody says vintage radio. Narush says toothbrush. Marusio says boxes. Cody says peanut butter, popcorn, plane. Gribble smacks, a new word by Wade. Thank you, Wade. Spoon, Eiffel Tower, hats, bowl. These are all old words though. Okay,
I think a hat.
Patty says nice. Scuba diver. A hat. Hat.
Yes, a scuba diver could be also nice.
I think scuba diver would be pretty amazing. Let's do a scuba diver then.
Because maybe I won't do a space scene. Maybe I will do an underwater scene, and this would actually go well with the whole background. So I don't have to get rid of that texture.
You still have to incorporate the space scene somehow. But
it is in the foreground.
Yeah, I think it would be fine.
That's clearly a spaceship. Just happens to be underwater.
Yeah.
I too can cheat. Like Alex slowly getting really annoyed. Yeah.
No, I love it. It's brilliant. Yeah, I'm just got. Oh, it's not really. All right.
That's perfect. Well done, Adobe Stock. That's actually really, really good.
Are you getting some really good ones?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, and they're free too. I mean, that's not. I don't take this for granted. Like getting these amazing shots just for free.
Yeah, absolutely.
That must have cost a lot. Anyway, yes, scuba diver. Which one? I think I'll go with this one because then I can get these sun flares. Which, I mean, to be quite honest, I'm pretty sure someone added these. You know how I know this?
Oh, because you have the same flares?
No, the original image has white blown out highlights, and they just made them darker and added new ones. I'm pretty sure those are not the real sun flares, but that's okay. I will take them anyway because they happen to look good. I like them.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. Photoshop detectives. Yeah.
Oh man, that's a great idea for a show.
We would need an intro sound for that.
I think it should be a ukulele, obviously.
Now I have to do it.
Does this guy count as a scuba diver if it comes up in the search results? What do you think, chat? Does this count?
Of course. But yeah, let's chat this out. But I think so.
I love that. He's got some incredible tattoos as well.
Whatever works for you.
Great. I'm going to try to figure out how I can incorporate this guy in here somehow. Not really sure yet how I'm going to do it as we're learning today. All this stuff can be freestyled. I love these as like a little wake up, have some coffee, do a creative exercise. How can you incorporate these things?
I mean, if that isn't the winner by the end of the day, I don't know what is. That's That's amazing.
Might tuck him behind some cheeses.
I hope that I can actually get more than just one asset out of this image. I hope that I can isolate the scuba diver. I hope that I can use this foreground and hopefully this light in the background as 3 images instead of just 1. So I get 3 images for the price of 1, which is still free. So
what a dream.
Right? Okay. How do I do that? I'm going to duplicate it twice. So
do we have
nice.
any Overwatch fans in here? Because I feel like this guy's stomach reminds me of like the Roadhog in Overwatch. Like the way he's like standing. It's like the end game. Never mind.
I'm so sorry. I'm the completely wrong person to ask that.
Oh my goodness, Tim.
Like I know Minecraft and Factorio.
Okay, Factorio is great.
That's it.
Have you played Satisfactory?
I spend so much time on that. When I'm not streaming, you can bet that I'm playing at least this game, which I'm not going to mention again because this is not a brand deal. Okay.
Let's see here. I want to get my levels correct.
And I think it's time for some puppet warp.
Getting fancy over there with your tricks and tips. I like it.
I like the diver, right? But I'm not quite happy with the pose. I wish his legs would be a bit more curved. So I think puppet warp will be my best idea for this. And now, because I don't want to deal with this huge layer, because I just masked out the background, I will be naughty and I will rasterize the layer. Oh no, he did. And yes, he did. Okay. So, and also I will right click on the mask and I will apply the layer mask. So I just have a normal transparent layer. Of course, I will lose some non-destructive editing techniques with this. I can no longer bring back some of the old background, but that's okay because I know what I'm doing, he says. Totally lying. All right, so let's go to edit and go to puppet warp. And now we get this funky grid, which is super nice, but not what I want because I actually like to add some points. So essentially what you're doing, you say to Photoshop, please keep these points where they are right now. Just pin them here. And once you did that, you can take these points and you can move them around. And pro tip, if you don't want that, you can actually hold down the Option key, hover somewhere around those points, and you can rotate them. There we are. And there are way more options you can change. The density of that grid, you can work with this rotate, which automatically rotates or fixes them. So now you see it no longer rotates. If I set it to auto, it slightly rotates. Okay. That's fine. All right. And now I have puppet warped the diver. Of course, I have to color grade them. And yeah, but that's for later.
Cody has a great stream idea. It's teach Tim how to play more games.
Yeah, sounds like Adobe Live would be the perfect place to play game. Yeah.
I agree. Great idea. Thank you, Cody.
Stop the stream. We're going to play insert game here. Well, we actually did play the Mia streams. We did have the game show. Not unlike the game show that Valve did earlier this week, but we had slightly different games. Super fun.
That's fun.
All around Photoshop. Right, okay. One of them was like, you open Fresco on the iPad, and you set the filter of the screen. You can set the iPad to like a colorblind filter, so you can only see black and white. But we in the stream could still see the color.
Oh my gosh.
And then they had to draw something in full color, but they couldn't see which color they were using.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right? And we were able
really
to
tough.
see it. And that was super duper fun. But unfortunately, you can't watch this without like sunglasses. Otherwise, your eyes will probably hurt after a while.
All right, I think I need to probably figure out this guy's beard situation. Masking hair is so painful.
Yeah, right?
Like,
I mean, at least we do have some of the select and mask tools to help us.
Yep.
But still.
It's just so hard, especially with like his beard hair is so wiry. Makes it a little challenging.
And Alex, no. Yeah, I think it's time for another word already.
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready? So
ready.
It's chat. It's time for a new word. Oops, sorry. Get your suggestions in the chat on behance.net/Adobe Live. If you're not watching this on Behance and you're wondering why are they not reading my ideas, that's why you have to join us on Behance. So come on over to behance.net/Adobe Live to join the chat. Say hi. If this is your first time joining, say hello. Let us know where you're from. We'd love to talk to you. And the chat will welcome you in the nicest and warmest way. Also,
Very
some
true.
weird words. Both. Okay. I think this is slowly, very slowly, but surely coming along.
Yes,
At least I have some sort of landscape now.
I'm feeling really good about this so far. I've been pretty
me
quiet
too.
this stream. I'm just focusing so much. I gotta make the coolest thing possible in 2 hours.
At least I do have a couple of last finishing tips and tricks on my idea board to
Amazing.
somehow tie this all together. Because you know how when you're shooting underwater and the water is not too clear, you have this sort of haze effect. And wouldn't it be great if you could somehow add haze to an image?
Yes, I would love to add some haze. Please teach me how to do that, Tim.
Maybe we'll do that at the end. Because now I still have to do some compositing. All right, I think we have some ideas in the chat.
We have so many. Cody says hamburger because they're hungry. Ferry says star, Milky Way. Kibble, laptop, fish, bubble, bees, ice cubes. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We got 30 minutes left too. So we might be able to get 2 more things in, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
What did any of those words sound appealing to you, Tim?
I haven't listened to a single word because I was thinking how in the world I could remove this diver from this image, and I have no idea.
All right, so we've got
thanks for that.
Star, Milky Way, Kibble.
Pick a word, and I will go with it.
Okay,
it's okay.
I think fish will work. Fish.
Thank you so much.
The word that we do. Thank you, Ferry. We're going to do fish.
That makes it much easier. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
So kind. Okay, so I now have this issue. I want to remove this diver from this image. And of course, I could use the normal tools like the spot healing brush, patch tool, and so on. However, this is quite a large selection, and I'm not really sure how and where to sample, because I can just demonstrate this. And I will raster this image. I know, I'm not supposed to do that, but I'm going to do that anyway. I could try to use the patch tool. Like select this and do this, but straight away you will see these lines. They no longer match up, and that's not great. That's no bueno. So instead, I'm hoping I can go to Edit, Content Aware Fill. There we are. This will bring me into a new workspace, new-ish. It has been a part of Photoshop since 2018, 19? I don't know, can't remember. And this will show me where Photoshop is sampling from. And what's even more important, I can say if Photoshop should be allowed to rotate or not. My idea is maybe if we can take these sun rays and rotate them slightly, maybe we will have a better match. That's the idea. So let's say medium. Yes, I know that may cause unexpected results. Thank you very much. And I will scale up the preview just so we can see what's going on. And that's already better. Let's say full. Yes, don't show that again. That's better. Of course, maybe the result won't be perfect. Like, I don't expect it to be perfect. But it can get me 90% of the way there, and I can do the final touches. Right?
Beautiful.
Let's try a bit of color adaptation. And maybe I will actually get these bubbles as well. There we are. And that's good enough. Not too bad. I can paint in. I can scale it also. Maybe that helps. Yeah, I like that. Add some more sampling area. Maybe Photoshop likes some of this, but not the fishes, please. And less of that area. Come on. There we are. Good enough. And if I want to remove more than one object, I can click on Apply, which is also a new feature. But I just want to remove the one, so I click OK. Photoshop will take a second to think, and it's done already. And there we are. And I was quote-unquote clever and put that on a new layer. So now I can edit this layer further and do all my tweaks. But that's already pretty good. I would just do some slide editing, tips and tricks, some slide perspective adjustments. And we're good to go. So fish, you said, right?
Yep, fish. I'm already done with mine.
Okay. Oh, that's great.
Just kidding. I got really lucky. Found a really great jellyfish. Then I just made it like a kind of a background element, did an opacity change on it, essentially just did a lighten effect on it. And
a jellyfish.
Jellyfish, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I like that idea. I'm pretty sure I have one of my. I'm pretty sure I have one of my demo libraries somewhere, or maybe I don't.
It's on the fish thing. If you scroll down, kind of like pretty far. Just search for fish on Adobe Stock in the free section.
Good point. Yeah, we're using the free collection today. So if any of you would like to play along, you are more than welcome to go to Adobe Stock, stock.adobe.com/free, and download the same or similar images like we did. And if you like, you can post your results on the Discord, where Cody, this is your turn. We are having so much fun on the Discord. Like the challenge also lives on the Photoshop Discord, and we have great mentors on there who are willing to help you with your Photoshop questions or just career questions sometimes too. And that's a super vibrant and fun community. Like 100,000 people are joining or something like that, something crazy. And we also have so many cool people. I said that already. Trying to multitask here.
You're good. I'm trying to figure out how to tuck a fish in there again without being too overt, and it's not really going very well.
Without cheating.
Without cheating, exactly. I could bring back a kid though. Again, probably. I feel like I've got enough people on this board. Yeah, I think I'm good. I'm going to keep adding back the other guy until you're ready to move on to another word.
Oh, I'm always ready to move on to the next word. Even though I haven't even added my fish, I can, yeah, easy.
We're good. I'll give you a couple of seconds, a couple minutes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're a team, you know.
We're a team, and I'm a Tim.
Amazing.
I should have had sound effects ready.
Next time.
Can you say that again? We're a team.
We're a team.
And I'm a Tim.
Amazing. Where is
Yeah, that's the production value of Adobe Live sound effects.
Big fan.
Only on Adobe Live. Less than 20 minutes left. Okay.
No panic.
Yes, panic, because I was procrastinating on all the color grading, and now I have to do it.
Yep.
Okay. So I was talking about this whole adding haze to an image, and I think it is about time to do that, right?
Yes.
So what I will do is I will group all this into a smart object. There we are. This will take just a second. Now this is basically one big flattened Photoshop file, and I can apply fun effects to that, hopefully. So we have two ways to add haze to this image. One of them is sort of the traditional way, which I will just go to the camera raw filter, which will open on my second monitor most likely. Yes, it does. So I have to bring that over. There we are. And this one will show the other images because I'm using a smart object, and a smart object can have more content than is visible on the canvas, but that's okay. We're just going to ignore that. And I can go in and slide down the dehaze slider, because if I set it up, I dehaze the image. If I bring it down, I add haze to the image. Now, this isn't really what I wanted. It makes it brighter, sure, but not really in the way I want it to be. I could adjust clarity and play around. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I could play with the texture, but unfortunately today this doesn't work. So let's not use dehaze. Let's instead go to the neural filters, which is fun to say with a German accent. Neural filters. And hopefully it takes just a second, and I can... Oh, I haven't downloaded it yet. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's see how fast I can download this one. Real time. That was quick. I can hopefully add virtual haze using the sliders down here. I can say how much blur I want, how the focal range is supposed to be. I can add some haze. I can make it warmer, colder, most likely, since this is underwater. And I can adjust the brightness. And this takes a second because this processes the data in the cloud. This is not happening on my local machine. So it will upload everything to the cloud. And this just takes them 1 moment or two, even longer if the image is larger, of course. Just takes more time. So I will have to wait for this to finish. And I will have a look at the chat in the meantime.
Oh, what a great idea. Cody's saying that the lemons look like fish now.
You know, yeah, I can see that. I totally meant it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a feature.
It's a feature. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do with the cat, because, I mean, they obviously like water, clearly.
They're big fans.
But, let's go with low depth map resolution. Maybe that will be a bit quicker, because this is quite a big image, to be fair. So I don't blame Photoshop. And also we're streaming at the same time, so much data being pushed.
So much.
If it doesn't work in time, because I only have like 15 minutes, I will do it a different way, but I just at least wanted to show that this is possible. And the neural filters have so many more filters available. Some of them are on the wait list, so they are coming soon, and you can vote for them, which is super cool. So we can go to the wait list and say, yes, I'm interested. And then the Photoshop team knows, great, they're interested. And then they will develop them maybe a bit faster. This is taking too long. Okay. Maybe I will go back without haze. Yep, I will just do that. That's okay. I will double click on the smart object to get back and gonna edit that here. Okay.
Apparently Bengals actually really love water. So you're good. So
they do.
Yeah,
I knew that.
Science. We're learning so much today.
Science. Yes. I would also love some water. It's getting super warm in here.
I understand that. I think we could probably do one more word.
Sure.
Really quickly. I know we have like 10 minutes. Maybe not.
Well, let's go for one last.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Chat.
Let's do
one last word.
Yes.
One last curveball. Please give us everything.
Chat, make this difficult for us. I mean, the past one have been super easy. Lemon, space, cat, laser. That's too easy.
Yeah. Cheese.
Cheese. Come on. Umbrella.
Yeah. Umbrella.
I'm going to regret this. I have a feeling.
Yeah. Like, oh no, sorry, chat. We didn't read your message.
Oh, that's too bad. No more time left. Oh, yeah.
Join us again next week. No, this is great. I'm excited. All right. So let's get those words in. Chat. You can do it. Give us a curveball. Paco says Tim.
I wonder what would come up. Just an image of me, like, hello.
Google.
But now I want to know what comes up if I type in Tim. It will probably correct to time. No, it didn't. I mean, that would be a challenge, this image. But I don't want to steal the vote away from the chat, so... Okay, where were we?
Well, there's only 2 images for Tim and free.
You have 2? I've only found 1.
Oh, I've got a lady and then a PowerPoint presentation, like a presentation thing.
Why?
Tim, the businessman who analyzes the graph together, is working together efficiently is the title of it.
Because I still have horizontal enabled, of course. Yeah, now I see it. Okay. No, veto.
Veto. All right, no Tim's. Sorry, guys.
No. Just
Chris goes
no.
eyeballs. So Crucial says pencils, and then Patty says cruise ships. Ice cream cone. I like ice cream cones, but I don't know if I can. Yeah. Okay. Ice cream cone. Oh no.
Ice cream cone.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Fine. Okay. Sure.
Yes, this is fine. Everything is fine. All right, so I've got an interesting smoky ice cream cone thing I'll probably use. I'll see if I can make it a hat for my little scuba diver guy really, really quickly. I know we have like really 5 minutes probably before we want to showcase what we both made.
Well, before we have to showcase, I don't really would like to.
I want to see what you've made. I haven't been able to.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet, right?
I mean, I've been looking at it, but I haven't gotten the full experience.
No, I do get a full screen right there. I can see exactly what you're doing, but you can't really. Okay,
I need to run it on a second monitor to get the full effect.
Second monitor, more like fourth monitor.
You have 4?
Yeah.
I only have 3.
I stream for Adobe. We need a couple of monitors.
I've got 3.
That's good enough.
Yeah, I just didn't set it up correctly. Let's see how this works. I need to perspective warp it a little bit. Get this.
Okay, I'm just color grading the foreground a bit. And we're still missing the last word. Oh, no, ice cream cone, you said. Okay, sorry.
Yes,
sorry.
ice cream cone. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I see the smoky one you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's tricky.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I mean, it was supposed to be. We asked for it, but still.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Aha. Too late. I had Ninja Turtles. Ah. Next time. And they're probably like, Tim, there won't be a next time. I mean, look at this.
I don't know
And I
what you're
wouldn't blame them.
This is brilliant. This is what creativity
this
is
is
all
art.
about. Exactly. I just need to get it a little bit bigger on his head. We have like 2 minutes, Tim.
Okay, one last pro tip. If you ever want to change the anchor point of the rotation, now I want to rotate this ice cream cone and I want to rotate it around his head, I just take this anchor point, move it down, and now I can rotate right around this anchor point. Pro tip. Yay. Oh yeah, I'm so used to the EMEA streams where we can at like 15 minutes and they're like, yeah, it's fine. But here we can't do that because we do have another stream coming up, and I think it should be the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, no?
I think you're right.
Well, there we go. No complaints from the production department. Yes, it's going to be a DCC Encore, Creative Encore. So be sure to join the chat, say hi, and have a fun time together. And then I think it's almost time, like you said, to close down. And I think I will do my final edits, and then we can showcase our fantastic
perfect
work.
I've never been so proud in my whole entire life.
I
know, this is so beautiful. All right, let's see if I'll get in my mock-up real quick. Ooh. Hurry, 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 Photoshop, hurry. Let's see here.
Oh man, I would have liked to add so much more, some texture perhaps even, and some reflections, but I don't think we have the time for that. So, oh well.
Nope. I love these kinds of things, man. This is so much fun. I've had a great time. Thank you, chat.
So much fun. Very stressful, but also really, really fun.
Very true.
All right. I think.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are.
I think we have to be. Otherwise, we will stay here forever. And then people will be very angry. And they will kick us out and never invite us again.
True.
Okay. Right, I think I'm done.
All right. So for my crazy skateboard graphic that I was trying to make, I got all of the cheeses, jellyfishes in there, some cat stuff. I used the ice cream cone as a hat for the guy. And then these guys are battling these cats, and I got my feta cheese in there. And then on the actual skateboard, this is kind of what the mock-up looks like. I think it's pretty sweet. I'm going to actually print it off and put it somewhere. I'll probably get it in the background somewhere for a future Adobe stream.
All right. Yeah. And then this is mine. Can I full screen this one? Yes, I can. Okay. So this is my underwater space-ish lemon, fish, cheese, ball, laser, cat, ice cream cone, aquarium, diver image.
It's amazing.
And I'm surprisingly happy with this one as well, given that this was done in 2 hours. And I think all that's left to say for us is thank you, dear chat, for joining us today. Thank you, Alex, for taking up the challenge. We do have a great stream coming up for you in just about 5 minutes. My hair's getting in the way. So any last words, Alex, from your end before we say goodbye?
No, I really love that. That was so much fun. Thank you, chat, for making this happen. Really, without you guys, there would have been very boring with just one layer of Tim and I both. So thank you for all of your help and participating and making this such a fun project. So I had a great time.
All right. Well then, everybody, thank you for joining. Have fun with the Illustrator Creative Encore, and we will be back hopefully soon. Bye, everybody.